where they had to the right in Midwest,
Wow.
right? So when we looking at it, we looking at mirror images of our culture. We trying to remind each other who we are by being ourselves and clicking up with the ones that vibrate on our frequency. We just keep getting infiltrated.
Dang.
Man, talk that G talk, big dog. Man, you talking about? Come on, dog.
Crazy.
Y'all can hear me? Oh, my bad.
Yes, AJ.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
oh, yeah, though. Yeah, peace and love, man. You already know, Big Rod, man. Man, and the lovely goddess right here for sure. Yeah, this right here from LA. He talking real talk. We talk with the fingers and all that, and
Hmm.
everything on the land. It is what it is. I would just got one question for you, Rod. Just I say you say in the next 5 to 7 years, how would you see the land as far as like the
Hmm.
people? You don't really like do like theoreticals, like little stuff like that. But hypothetically speaking, I know it's a million and one eyes or whatever, but what would
Well,
you
I could
what
tell
would you
you
want?
based on the transition that's taking place, and I can estimate a most likely scenario.
Yes, God.
And I can tell you how I get to that. Now, I know that we have to change all lines of demarcation. Those are the lines that separate states, border lines.
Hmm.
They have to change. I know that. I know that when they change, it is going to probably be less than 50 states. They're going to be broke up into more or less territories,
Hmm.
Mm,
right? The
okay.
Canadian border is an artificial land, and the QSIP number of Canada or the business number for Canada and the business number for America is the same number, which ties to Trump killing the tariff because there should be no tariffs on something that's coming from home.
Mm,
Come on, dog.
Also, and part of the claim is the formerly Greenland.
right.
So this is why Trump was talking about purchasing Greenland because he know that's part of Turtle Island.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
oh,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
wow.
sir.
So once Greenland being restored, he's taking back systematically everything they separated us by. He's undoing. So now they have to put in new lines, new measurements, right? And I see most of us, well, we gonna have a whole bunch of money in our pockets. And
Yes.
it ain't gonna be no fiat ghost currency.
Thanks.
Mm.
I know enough to know that they know who we all are, so we not gonna have to look for nothing. They responsible to give it back. They took it without our permission. And just like you walked up on my front porch and you took my pumpkin, you gonna walk back up here and put me a new one up here.
Hmm.
I'm not going to the store. Don't give me the money for it. Go get me a pumpkin.
Just like that.
And
Just like
just like
that.
you walked your happy ass up here and took it off my front porch, you put it back. And all your friends gonna stand on the curb and watch when you put it back.
Mm,
Cause the next time I'm not gonna be so nice.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I know that that's gonna change. I know that whatever is going on with the closeout had to be done before the national celebration. It's already been announced and scheduled.
We linking up for that too, Raj. For sure. I already ordered my feathers.
So
For
this
sure.
is why when they say game over, everything speed up.
mm.
They running out of time.
89 seconds.
Thank you for
Doomsday
that.
clock. Yes,
I think,
man. Thank
Chris, you got to
God. Thank God.
thank you,
Huh?
AJ. Thank you, AJ. How about Christy? Christy, you have a question? And Daryl? I know our Sun Stars. I love when our Sun Stars come
I
here.
love it. I
AJ's
love
in the
it.
house, powerful, got that West Coast vibe going on. It's beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
Um, I would just like to, Brother Rod, and appreciate you and thank you for Young Elder. I would ask, because I'm in Nebraska, what could I do to help like people wake up to their power, and how can I heal in Nebraska? Because I know there's very powerful energy in the Midwest. That's all I'd
It's,
ask.
it's a lot of energy centers in your area, but what you focus on first is helping your family get their senses in order and focus on the children.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the old people is a lost cause. You can put the world at their feet and they're gonna lose it all tomorrow.
Mm,
So you focus on the children because they'll grow up anticipating what they need to be in order to carry the torch.
mm.
Thank you for
I'll do it.
that.
Thank you, Flipburn. Thank you for everything. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Sunside Daryl. Daryl, you got a question for Rod? Wise one. Wise Daryl. I should call him Wise Daryl. He's part of our group. He's up all night with us. He
He looked
tolerates.
like one of the OGs used to teach.
Good, Daryl.
Uh-oh. So, uh, Fleur Burn, hello. Fleur family, hello.
Hey, Daryl.
Uh, Chief Pontiac, always great to hear your deliveries. Yeah. So I would, before, I don't know what you tell us. We don't know what this new system's going to look like. We don't know what to look for. But before I even knew any of this, I would be trying to think up solutions to different problems and share them with different groups. And some of them were like, for the when we were using the IDs, when we had to use IDs, we could put our own mark on our IDs or driver's license that said whether we had sickle cell or the sickle cell trait.
Mm-hmm.
We would put our own uniform mark on that, and the families would tell their mates what to look for on these IDs. Some reference. Now the foster care system was like Donald. Well, the developers, they want to build higher than many stories higher than a lot of the public housing is at now. So they're concocting ways and stories to convict the mothers as crazy, as unfit mothers. Then they're taking these children and giving them to lunar families and paying them. They would be giving the mother like $300 a child or something like that, $340 a child. Then they would take these children from the mother and give them to these lunar families and give the lunar families like $2,500 per child.
Mm.
And these children would be some of them would be sleeping in lawnmower sheds, and being abused all kinds of ways. So I don't know what the new system would look like, or will that even be still in place once the switchover comes.
That's
But
that was part of an experiment out of the military, a nature versus nurture experiment. That was a literal experiment that they've been running on these people over here, our people, for over 200 years. Nature versus nurture. You can look it up.
mm,
That's the long run experiment. That if they continuously raise us around people that's not who we are, will we adopt a false identity, or will we break free from the mental bondage of being misled and find out who we are? It's a nature versus nurture experiment. They did it on purpose. They dismantled. I could tell you what child protective services look like under a matriarchy. There's a council of women, and they called the women from the family of the children to find out the most fit person in the family to raise the children, and then they give them all of the support they need.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
That's a whole different system.
Mhm.
That's how it was done before they came, and that's how it's going to go back to, because it was the most functional, producing the most functional offspring.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you, Daryl, for that question. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna hold Mr. Pontiac cheap, SikApe, you know, monkey king too long. But anybody else have a question before we give him his grace to chill out? Because he's not, hopefully it won't be the last time. Hopefully I didn't scare him enough, so it's the last time he comes on here. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think you scared him at all.
I don't scare easy at all.
I have a question.
Come on in, Selma. This is our wise one over here. Come in, Selma.
Hey. Oh, I took my camera off. Yeah, hey. Oh, delusions or whatever that is. I was supposed to remind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
yeah. Hey, Rod, Chief Pontiac. I
Look
have
at my
so
beautiful
much
queen. Look at
respect for
that.
you and
That's
what
the
you
one who
do.
leads us through the, look at her looking good. Cleanse from parasites. She tortures us with parasite cleanses, just letting you know, Rod. But I'm gonna let her be.
I see she glowing.
She is beautiful. Look at her.
Rod, how do you think this is going to look? How are these heathens going to get out of the way? I mean, they don't have any honor. They're not savage or civilian. How do we expect them to just get out of the way?
You know what? That's like the lion walking through a pack of hyenas talking about how I'm gonna tell them to get out the way.
Oh,
They gonna move.
How? How?
The
How?
same energy that lion project when he walking through that pack of hyenas is the same way. Nature is taking its course. They can defy me and you, but they can't defy the laws of nature.
mm.
And nature say that if you put the woman back at the place that she's supposed to be as the matriarch, everything gonna run the way it's supposed to run, and all of what we see as problems gonna melt away, heaven on earth again. All that heavenly description was earth before these invaders came.
Mm.
And we had the last stronghold of the taste of earth under the matriarchy over here before 1492. Now they done effed it all up. I'm just here to put it all back.
So it's just going to be a graceful changing of the guards.
It wasn't graceful. You just ain't gonna see all of the drama that's involved, the blood and the guts and the gore. You're not gonna be the one running in the tunnels, clearing them babies out of there, but it's gonna get done. We just up here occupying the day-to-day people, but you got people running in tunnels right now, running in mansions in diverse places that we didn't even know buildings was there. They still doing the work. Just because we not seeing it don't mean it's not getting done. They can't give it back to us until it's cleaned up. That's what Donald J. doing. They put Kamala and them in there because they didn't have enough time to clean it up. Continue running the show.
He's a qualified candidate for that? I've never seen it displayed in his whole history. I've been watching him.
He's our
From the
buck dancing cracker.
poor boys from Central Park. I mean, how is he the one? He's the golden child? Oh, he's
Nope.
the orange child.
Nope. He's our buck dancing cracker.
Oh.
The same way they use these buck dancing niggas to come and tell us to calm down and change our name to African American and come march because they done effed us up. We ain't gonna tear nothing up, but we just gonna walk down the street and say kumbaya. He our buck dancing cracker. Let him dance. You don't gotta like him. I don't like him. I don't know nothing about him.
So
I know he.
everything is in order. We don't have everything's okay.
He
You
doing
don't have
everything
any concern.
required in order for us to get everything back. The Black Panther Party picked him. I don't know. Shit. He been financing them since he was in college.
Wait, you said the Black Panther Party picked him?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of stuff they don't tell us in the media about that man.
Look, he was financing the Black Panther Party as a college student. He was going to rallies, to Black Panther Party rallies and other groups like Weather Underground rallies when he was in college. And it just so happened that the system stepped on his toes when they tried to kill Ronnie. Because he loved Ronnie, just like he loved Johnny. They killed both of them now, or tried to kill one of them.
So is he friends with Netanyahu? I mean,
Netanyahu, his day coming. Look, this is what I'm telling you. Don't matter what he say out his mouth right now. When it's time to clean up the Middle East, it's getting cleaned up. Period. Right now, it ain't time. We got too much other stuff going to take precedent over that for the Earth Alliance to do. Long as they can get them to stop dropping bombs while we deal with the other matters, believe me, when the dragon whip his tail, he cleared a whole table. Ain't nobody getting away with none of this dirt they doing. None of it. It might look like they getting away with it. Some of them, we want them to think they got away with it so they can suffer longer. Like Dick Cheney.
Oh.
So that's that's the BlackRock group. Yeah.
BlackRock ain't who y'all been told either.
Pardon?
BlackRock not who y'all been told. Vanguard not who y'all been told. And State Street not who y'all been told. They just taking because they sheep dip the best people for the job, that them people own it. They don't own jack. Everything is misdirection until you can see the right direction.
Well, I'm pulling for the orange man to either fall off the side of his.
I told you he Agent Orange.
He definitely is.
They can't get him off.
He definitely is.
Agent Orange.
Look, he's sticking to him, burning it down so good they can't get him off.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the shenanigans.
You see, the dude just issued the complaint against the governor of Pennsylvania for putting a hit on him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody got a hit on him.
Listen, when the old man Bush left that note that said they know everything, he meant that. He meant that. We know everything. We got a dog in every fight. Just because you don't see the dog don't mean we ain't fighting there.
Well, he's definitely a dog. He's a dog, his wife's a dog, and his son's a dog. Literally.
Well, anyway, if you want to work on your parasites or your mucoid plaque, you let Flora know and I can help you.
You know what I'm saying? She's a parasite slayer. She's a parasite slayer. She's got our parasites running for the hill.
Yeah.
He's got most of us going through the mucoid plaque cleanse right now.
Yeah. They ain't no subliminal messages coming from the inside.
No.
Yeah. The demons within. Yeah, they got them in us. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Rod, everyone. Thank Rod for joining us tonight. I want to, if you guys can gracefully check on out, I'll see you in a while because I can't remove you because then I can't let you back in. Everyone grace out. Thank you for everyone coming in and asking Rod, coming here with Rod. Yeah, coming in, Darlene. Darlene, you had a question?
Nope, I hit the wrong button. I was getting ready to leave out.
That's okay.
Gratitude, Rod.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I will see you guys.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'll see you guys in a little bit. Because if I remove you, I can't let you back in. So that's the step out, the left or right. Peace out. Can I get another one? Can I get
Hello.
yes. Christian,
It's,
can you check out?
yes, it's my.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to ask a question.
Oh, sure, sure.
Hey, Rod, I had a question. I was just thinking about today. Could it be possible that the death cult of the New World Order, is it possible that perhaps they're all dead already, and all that we see now is just their seeds, their philosophy being carried out by all of the world banks and possibly now by AI. So technically, there will be no way to get rid of them. We will have to shut down all the bank systems. Will have to go offline just to get rid of that dead cult, parasite plagues.
Yeah, actually, that's part of the program. The debts, the banks will be closed for a minimum of 24 hours. Um, to switch over from the fiat debt-based currency to the interim currency that'll be gold and probably silver notes
Fast.
as the replacement currency.
What does that mean?
A lot of what you just said about the banks to switch over and the transfer, what you will be looking to see.
I heard it was more of a transference of power than a exchange of power.
It is a transfer of power back from the invading forces of Europe and the banking systems that they installed. All of those were tools of war used against us. So now, when we go back to the tribal systems, we have to first go back through an interim system where everything is switched over from the old way to the new way. But you've got to first tear down the old system. So this is what you're looking at being done in Washington right now. It's not even called DC no more. If you look it up,
That's
it's
right.
just Washington. It's a militarized zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a good thing, do you think?
That's it's good for the tribes. It's bad for anybody that want to do their dirt though.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you, Christian. That was a great question. Thank you, Christian. I'll see you later. Thanks, Christian. Sunshine Daryl, you're gonna check that out. We're gonna do a nice little farewell to our amazing guest today. He never disappoints. Rod, you come in and you show up and you show out. We don't even ever had a designated conversation. You just like let it flow. You know what I mean? So what
Tony
everyone
Braxton.
I want everyone to thank Hayes for coming in tonight, everyone, and definitely please donate for his generous time and effort and this scholarship. And it's not scholarship that just comes from literature, it's just masterful wisdom gained through time, through innovative intuition. And obviously he's connected. He said he's not a spaceman. He said he is an eight, though. That might be a little spacey. But
We just
but
monkeying around.
I just definitely show a little appreciation. And Rod, tell them again how they can find you, because I know you're all over, but tell them where they can really find you online.
So my Facebook page is Rod Hayes. I'll pull it up so y'all can see it.
Okay.
This here right now, but my profile and my background change often because they mean something.
Yeah, you've got the bell on there. You've got the
They
bell.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the where we go one, we go all bell.
Oh,
The Liberty Bell got a crack in it. It's useless,
yes.
but it's a map. The screw
Rod,
tell you where the Crystal City gonna land.
what?
The county is called Silver Bow.
Rod is giving us a treasure hunt. This would
The
be fun.
lake is called Emerald Lake.
I'm
It's
gonna,
it's a little landing near the lake, almost perfectly flat.
which lake? Near,
It's Emerald Lake in Silver Bow County in Colorado State.
okay, Rod, put on your spacesuit, picking you up. Let's go find a treasure. Oh my God,
Um,
are you serious? You're
yeah,
gonna have me look for it, and I'll do it.
do it on the live.
I swear to God, I'll do it. Don't test me. I'll
Do it
do it.
on do it on the live.
I'm gonna put my boots on, and you're gonna see me trekking over there. For I
The
got.
Crystal City is gonna land
Hold
on
on,
Emerald Lake.
hold on. Hold on. Let me write this down. I'm serious. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This will be like my 2025 designated trip. Like Colorado.
Mhm.
Colorado. So what am I looking for? Probably there'll be clues. Will there be clues when I get there?
Yeah, it's gonna be the clue gonna be that the county's shaped like the Liberty Bell.
Oh, this is fabulous. Oh my God, this is exciting. How do
The
you know
Wizard
this?
of Oz told you it was the Emerald City, but it's not the Emerald City, it's the Crystal City.
How do you know this, Rod? How do you know this? Do you like go into the etheric realm and just like go around and just like get information like just extract?
Kinda.
I think so. There's
This
some of the
was
information you have.
when I that first came to me as a channel message, told me that it was a scavenger hunt and I had to find the landing site of the Crystal City.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick you up. 3 o'clock on the dot, on spot, on site. You see me at the door like Flurburn. I really didn't invite you over here. Get the hell out of the house.
This 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 is my Instagram,
Everyone look at the Instagram. What does it say, Rod? Because you can't see
the
it.
SikApe.
The SikApe. So y'all join Rod on Instagram. I know he does lives on Facebook. I never see your lives, but I don't think I'm subscribed. We just kind of talk on Facebook. I don't think I'm subscribed. But
I only did a couple up in the last couple months. I did one last night, was the first one in a while.
you want to come on X with me? Because I'm trying to gaslight the bio board and see how long until he kicks me off fully. I'm trying to go on. I'm serious. I'm on X and I'm trying to that's my goal, to gaslight him and see if he like glitches out and just really implodes.
Who you
I'll
talking
call you.
about? You know,
Yeah, I could do a live on X. I can do it. I don't know how to I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call you. You can come on X
okay.
with me?
When you gonna do it?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's just keep
I'll
me
call you.
posted.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Everyone, thank you so much, Sharad, coming on tonight. He was such a pleasure. I so appreciate you coming on tonight. Please contact him, give him some love, some donations. He never even asked for it. He's just amazing. I think he deserves everything, every bit of energy that we can give him. I want to thank you again, Rod, for coming on. Thank you for YouTube for being so gracious and everyone coming in. Thank you, the Zombies, for coming in, asking some phenomenal questions. And I'll see the Zombies in a little bit. So everyone.
Right, it actually worked.
Hey, how you doing?
Gee, my front camera is broken. But I do have some questions.
Okay, let's see what we can do for you.
Okay, so you talked about I had caught a live one time and you were talking about hand talk, and you mentioned that the sisters was gonna start doing things with their hands. Can you talk about that?
It's natural for us to use our hands in communication, but as the sisters tune in, they'll be able to do hand gestures from a distance and communicate, and don't nobody know what they're talking about but them. That's the crutch to turning back on the hive mind of the matriarchs.
Okay.
It's just a step in the process. This is why what they call American Sign Language. That's how we used to talk across tribes that didn't speak the same language.
Yeah, because that's what I had started doing. Like, it's been like 2-3 years. I've been doing hand talking and just feeling the energy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what I notice is that I have this connection with the birds. So when I go out and I ground and I meditate, like I can literally call the birds like to me, and they'll circle around. Doesn't matter what bird it is, like they all come. I can even whistle them in, or like a lot of people. It's been like a year. I started teaching myself how to play the guitar. And even when I go outside and I play the guitar, like they come in and they on key with me while I'm playing the guitar.
Yeah, well, you know, we got a connection with the birds to go back to the beginning of time. Do you ever feed them?
Oh, most definitely. I feed them. Sometimes, look, the birds be talking to me. I be trying to explain it to people, but you know, it is what it is. You believe me or you don't. That's up to you. But when it comes to me,
Don't explain it to people. Just tell them you love birds, and that's why you do it.
Yeah, because they definitely come, and even that, like I got my I went and got my feeder for my window, so I can feed them even while I'm in my office, and then they come in and they look in, and then I sing to them a little bit, play the guitar for them a little bit, and it just be me and the bird. I actually kind of like the birds, the trees, and everything else more than the people nowadays. But
you know, in the Mississippi culture, you had blues singers. They wouldn't sing to nobody but the birds or the animals. They go out in the woods and be singing their heart out. People be like, "Who that singing? They sound so good," and then they come back act like they can't sing. Yeah,
I do that.
yeah, that's culturally ingrained in the genetics.
What about I don't know if I should even say this on it because you know Facebook is the snitch book, but I have this thing with my hands, right, where I can pull energy from or pull energy or calm energy and stuff like that. But I use that when I'm messing with when I'm studying Reiki, I think that's what it's called. But I can actually feel the energy when it shifts, when it's in the atmosphere. I can actually feel it. But it's really, really heavy in my right hand.
Your right hand, you right-handed?
I am.
That's your sending hand. It's gonna always feel more stronger than your receiving hand because you projecting energy don't feel the same as receiving energy, and that's why this is to balance those two out.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, that's why the monks do this. They balance in their receiving and sending energies, and then they start focusing. You got a chakra in the palm of your hands and at the soles of your feet.
Look, I've been studying, man. Like I be studying, like for real.
Yeah.
Like just trying to make sure that I'm understanding like what's going on with me, because like it's something about my family. My family. You was talking to my sister earlier, Kimmy, when she was on here. That's when I jumped on. But it's something about my family, man. We some powerful beings, and I just love the fact that everybody is just waking up, and the babies are waking up, and it just hits my heart. I'm like Drill was like, I'm finna cry. I'm like, let it flow, baby. I'm finna cry too. I love it. I love it. But that's really all. I be sending you stuff too, because when I seen what was going on with the Lumbee tribe, I sent you something and I was like, man, peep this out, man, peep this out, what they got going on, man, and you responded too, man. I was like, okay, so we all picking up on the same thing.
So, Nina Tuhawk, you don't gotta sell your house, sweetie. Just inbox me. We'll figure something out.
But I am definitely grateful, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. I can just gratitude, y'all, because this is like the best time for us just to be us. It's just
you know,
the Lord
now
is that we in.
Yeah. All of the BS is starting to fall by the wayside. It's just that you can't take process out of the equation because everything happens in the process. You got to follow the steps.
Yeah. and you got to be still.
Yeah, that's what we
Because I've been
looking
telling
at.
people, don't even respond to this junk, man. Just live in your truth and just vibe high. Don't even worry about the rest of that stuff. But I'd be so glad when the South rise. Boy, when the South rise,
That's gonna be Mardi
boy.
Gras from coast to coast. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm getting
what they
them
call it.
downloads too. I'm
They
getting them
call it the
downloads too.
They call it the 250-year independence celebration, but it's really the freedom from 50 years of oppression
Oppression.
from the Conjure War. See, this stuff's supposed to have been over before I was born. The problem was
Oh wow.
is they couldn't nobody see that these niggas was infiltrating everything we do and tearing it down from the inside. So it looked like we can't get along and we can't work together. All of a sudden, all the time, they was job was to disrupt our unity and to tear down our community and make us want to give up in the fight so that we can let them have our birthright. You can't have it. We don't want to give it to you. You can't take it. It's not up for sale. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Notice the agent, notice the principle. We want it all. We want everything blown to us. It's just so happy that everything blown
Everything
to us.
along this. Everything. Because I read a lot too, and I'm into genealogy. So I do the genealogy for my family. And then when you hit her with the master 33, I was like, yes, because that's my number. I'm a master 33. So I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love it. I ain't got no complaints. I'm just proud of everybody. I'm just like, about time. About time, everybody.
Yeah. So I see Brother Love put Black Hawk, all of the black clans, the Black Wolf, the Black Bear, the Black Eagle, the Black Panther, which is actually a Black Jaguar.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
seen that on one of my downloads too.
yeah.
A lot of the times when I get some of my downloads, what I do is I try to because I dream walk too. So if I get a download, if I'm dream walking, I try to create it and put it into some type of AI form to try to create it to share it, because it ain't gonna do no good for me holding it in. So I might as well share it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also you taking it from the fourth dimension, putting it in the two-dimension holographic world, which is
So
gonna
that they
make it
can.
have to manifest in the 3D. So yeah.
But
All right,
I didn't want
sweetie.
to hold you. I definitely want you to rest, because I
Yeah,
know
I'm about
that
spent now. I'm about to
you
wrap it
are
up.
channeling and you are being drained with all these questions. I know that feeling.
Uh,
So
the questions don't bother me, but I'm just getting drained in
yeah.
general. Yeah, and I'm about ready to go rustle me up some vittles now.
Well, Chief, thank you for letting me spend some time with you guys. Thank you.
You
Thank you.
welcome. You welcome.
Gratitude.
I appreciate you coming up.
You're
I appreciate
so
every.
welcome. And look out for me in your inbox, man, because I'm always in your inbox with a question. I'm like, if anybody know anything, I need to go to the chief, because the chief gonna know. And I'll be so glad when we can get these chiefs to walk their
Hey,
lane.
listen. I just want one thing understood. I know a whole lot of shit, but I don't know everything.
Oh, but hey, but if you don't know, you know how to get there.
Yeah. All right, sweetie. I'm gonna talk to you later. I'm about to wrap.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind? What you want to talk about?
Ooh, I ain't even gonna lie. I've been sitting here so long, I ain't even think you was gonna call on me.
What?
I got a couple of things. I could say that I want to start with I had DM you on Instagram a while ago about I was asking you about just stuff with the matriarch because I was watching a couple of videos, and after I actually DM you and you pointed me back to myself, I was like, okay, um we're gonna see where this goes. So instantly, my mom, okay, so
Wait,
my
wait, wait,
mom's,
wait, 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 wait. I need you to do me a favor.
yeah,
I need you to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Turn it off slow. Relax.
Okay.
Just relax.
Okay. So my mom's house, I had realized that it's like a major altar, and that this whole time it was communicating to me. And so I used to feel like I was going crazy in this house. And then um as I started, she likes to collect local stuff.
This your
And
mom, right? Okay,
yeah, my mom.
gotta make sure I'm on the same page.
Yeah, my mom, she is Caucasian. And
She said your
so
mom though, ain't she?
yeah,
Okay. That,
yeah.
that, that ain't gonna stop her from being your mom, is it?
No.
Okay, so we don't even have to add that into the conversation because
Okay.
we're in a no racist zone over here.
Okay. Okay. So basically, she likes to collect local stuff like books, art, and there's just a lot of she likes to collect a lot of valuables from like just different generations.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of like my grandma's paintings and stuff, and there's murals on the walls, and there's a lot of symbolism within the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I I started realizing that the house was communicating to me whenever I was trying to go to like different elders in the family and asking about like my dad's side, just to try to figure out more about my bloodline. And nobody knew anything. So I was like, okay. And then when I realized that her house was communicating to me by me just being curious and looking at some of the books that she had in the house, I started looking up like different last names. And I I came to find out that this land that she lives on, like it was in the family before they moved here. And I didn't know how that had happened because like my mom, she didn't know, but she's really deep into like genealogy. And she thought I was lying. I'm like, no, ma, apparently our
Was the land in the family from your mother's side or father's side?
mother.
Okay, keep going.
So meanwhile, previous well, before I had even came into all of this information, I hadn't watched that many of your videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I had always heard some from when my fiance was listening to your videos. So like every time he was listening to you, I was like, I really don't know what he's talking about. And um but then I started digging within like Family Search, and all these family books started coming up, and I started being called to study the land, like as far as just locally. I started realizing that whenever I was traveling the land, I was always being called to look at like the historical landmark signs and Googling like last names and just reading up on that information. And then I would always put the last names into Family Search to see if they connected to my tree. And
Mm-hmm.
like all these major plantations, they started connecting to my trees. And I was just like, I don't think I was ready for this.
Can I ask you a question? How far
Yeah.
back in your bloodline do your mother line go over here? The oldest
Um,
person you remember, or the oldest, the furthest back you got an ancestor that you know was on the land that you own. How far back do they go? What years does they on the scene?
ooh. Um, I'm early like
Your mama
1700s.
passing.
She what?
She passing.
She's passing?
She's passing. She ain't white. She ain't Caucasian. She passing.
What does that mean?
Pale faces
I,
didn't come in here to get land into the 1800s. You in the 1700s. She passed. She ain't who she thinks she is.
she's really stuck on ancestry most of her days.
If you go
Um,
back, if she thinks she's European and she go back to the 1700s, she's passing for white. She ain't pale face. She's passing. She might not even be aware.
I don't think she would be aware.
But when that land from the 1700s is tied to the bloodline, one, when it's time to get everything back, she got to find her way back to the homeland
Mm-hmm.
where her tribe from. This how you end back up on the land that she used to own, your bloodline used to own. She's
Mm-hmm.
passing. She's not what she looked like. One drop of blood.
That would make a lot of sense. She's very unaware though.
Yeah, most
I
of them are. A lot of the celebrity offspring don't know they mulattoes.
mm-hmm.
Octroons, quadroons, mestizos, all those admixture terms for having some original blood, but it's mixed in with some outsider blood. And then they move from the South to the North in order to integrate into what we call white America.
Mm-hmm.
And they passed so that they didn't have to go through the struggles of the oppression of the darker skins who was fighting this contra war. Everybody wanted to get away from us while we was fighting this war because then nobody wanted to harm or interfere. So they tried to keep us isolated with ourselves to educate ourselves out of the condition.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's interesting.
All you got to do is watch your family dance.
Oh, she can't dance.
She might not be able to, but what about your cousins?
No.
You probably hadn't paid no attention.
Um,
And I'm gonna tell you something else. The booty don't lie.
no booty. No booty. They even call it by the last name. They say no booty.
Yeah. But it's a lot of us that integrated into what we call today white society to escape the oppression of what we call white supremacy,
Mm-hmm.
where they was preferencing, they was using the skin color to block us out of all of the institutions. This is how we had to fight to be a doctor. We got to fight to be a lawyer. We got to fight to be a banker. We got to fight to be an accountant. We got to fight to be a pharmacist. Why are we doing all this damn fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just to be a regular person doing a job that we feel like we love. Most of these people that you think is Caucasian, especially in the celebrity inverted circle, a lot of them was passing. This is what the whole goal of the Oscars was. Oscar was a brother. Everybody keeps saying, well, why is Oscar a black man, but they don't want to give a black man the Oscar? They only want to get a black man passing for white the Oscar if he can pull off the role, and you never figure out that the only reason why he had all that talent because he was passing.
So what you're saying to me, I'm gonna react just so I can make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying that when you're saying passing, you're saying that maybe, or not even maybe, you're saying that.
They look Caucasian, but they not Caucasian. They got some blood that's from darkies like me.
So is that why she ended up having me? I'm the only one.
Could be. She probably had you because she needed melanated hair.
I mean, that would make sense. I'm the only one.
Are you the oldest?
I am not the oldest, but I'm not the youngest.
In order of number, which position do you fall?
On her side?
Are your siblings from your mother first?
Okay, so from my mom, I have a younger sister, then there's me, and then I have an older brother and an older sister.
So from your mom, you fall in the third position.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you fall on the father's side?
I have a baby brother, another smaller brother, then there's me, and then I have well, no, yeah, and then there's me, and then I have a sister that was apparently in the womb at the same time, so we're like very, very like almost not even a year apart, and then I have an older brother.
Okay, so on your father's side, you also take the third position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 33. It's a Masonic master key number.
Mm-hmm.
So you can three on the left, three on the right, six in the middle. It's
Mm.
all coded.
Yeah.
The six in the middle is the G in the middle of the compass in the square. In reference to the female, she is the heir. You are heir on your mother and your fatherland.
Ooh.
That's why you fell in the third position on both in order for you to get the master knock, 33 off
Mm-hmm.
both sides, three off left and three off the right. That's to keep you bumped straight up the middle.
Yeah, her house started talking to me, and I start like even all the way down to like the paintings on the walls. I was like, "Ma, you ever, just asking questions like, Ma, you know whose house this is?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, so like all this stuff, like you're so deep into like the genealogy, but like I was the only one being guided down a certain line that was tied to this house and this land, and yeah, it was just all coming to me, and nobody else had any interest in looking in that direction.
Did you see the beginning of this video when I first started and I was talking about the heirs property?
I did.
So this is you in that discussion,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the the land was passed down traditionally among the tribes on the motherland. It was not passed down on the fatherland. The father was the one who took care of the land, governed the land, and made sure that everything on the land was in good working order so that Big Mama can focus on the daughters and the grandbabies and the nieces and the nephews. You got it from both sides. So you're a Y chromosome daddy girl heir, and you are X chromosome mitochondrial birthright heir.
Oh wow, that's yeah, that's very interesting.
That's what a lot of this stuff that you see going on, and a lot of people don't understand that before you can get back to your original culture, you have to identify who you are. Part of
Mm-hmm.
you identifying who you are is trying to trace your lineage. Trying to trace your lineage is going to take you to a plot of land every time if you're from the land.
It
If you trace
has
if you trace your lineage and it start taking you across the water, you ain't from over here.
right.
But when you trace your lineage and they keep digging you deeper into the south,
That
deeper into where the
I'm in South Carolina.
yeah, it's a lot of it was going on in the Carolinas and Georgia too, and
Yeah.
more than probably the only other place where they had a lot of people passing that mass migrated north was out of Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the ones in Louisiana, they Creole, and you tell them they Caucasian or white, they something to whoop you.
Good God. Yeah, I didn't know my biological father until I was 18. Um, And when I found out who my biological father was, I had realized because I'm a musician as well. I sing, and I came in. My dad, he bought my first CD, and I didn't even know he was my dad. And I just took pictures with everybody who ended up supporting the song. And whenever I showed up to his to take the picture with him, there was a family reunion going on, and I ended up taking a picture with everybody who was around him, and I didn't even realize like I was taking a picture with my sister, my brother, my aunt, my dad, and like it was just so divine. So like years later, whenever I was finally told who my dad was, I was like, wow, and he's also a musician, so like it just came through genetically, and yeah, it just
So how long after you had took the picture did you figure out that they was the people in the picture?
um like a year later.
And how did you feel knowing that you had been standing that close to blood family and didn't even know it?
I ain't gonna lie, I felt betrayed. I was like, that's crazy. Like, y'all really played me.
Did your dad know who you was?
Um, I would say yes. He says no.
That's possibility you didn't know because you remember
You
you hadn't seen him
you
in.
can't deny this. You can't deny this. Everywhere I go now that people know, everywhere I go, like I have all these
Just
elders,
like your
like
daddy.
people I've never met. They're like, "You gotta be Derek's daughter," and I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, like the elders,
They
the
always
only time
had that. They always had that sight. That's all. When we used to have a new baby be born, we used to have. You know what they call a baby shower now?
yeah.
They never had them before the baby was born in our culture.
Mm.
In our culture, the baby shower was it'd be about 90 old ladies in there from different parts of the family passing that baby around, and they're gonna tell you exactly which ancestor they was. This was Uncle Charlie. Remember Uncle Charlie had this mark on his foot right here, the same mark. This Uncle Charlie, girl, you can't tell me this ain't Uncle Charlie. I know Uncle Charlie when I see him. Look at he got the same little slant to his smile. Them old ladies know. They
Yes,
they
they
know
do.
and they don't they used to didn't miss.
See, and I was trying to ask questions. I tried to ask my grandma because apparently my grandma she sang too, and I'm like, Grandma, I never even heard your music. She was like, Yeah, I used to be in the band with the family. I'm like, Oh yeah, I need to hear that, okay? And she was just like, but when I'm asking about, because I'm trying to figure out which ancestor, and I nobody know nothing, and I'm like, but y'all got like photo albums and stuff like that. I'm like, why don't nobody like not why don't nobody know, but like I can't even say that I won't even figure this out because everything else has come so divinely and I just have to allow it to come through. But I felt like at first I was trying to force it, and then I wasn't finding out anything about my dad's side, and then all this stuff hit from my mom's side, and I was like, oh my God, like this just confirmed everything that I ever heard from Rod. Like y'all, he out here giving these receipts because when I tell you them family books is not playing, they not playing. Like they very detailed, they're very very detailed, and they was giving out land. They was giving out land. They was taking it and they was giving it away.
Yeah, that was when they was replacing us.
It's crazy when I was looking at like all these deeds and land grants. I was just like, that's a lot of land.
Yeah, well, we had a lot. We they,
I know.
we didn't mind sharing either. It's the problem is that the people we shared with was greedy.
Right.
We not greedy. We don't mind sharing, but we ain't finna share with nobody that's gonna try to take everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt that.
So let me tell you a little something about old houses. You, your mom called back. You probably had an ancestor probably lived in that house. You know how old the house you
My
live in is,
grandmother.
right? And
My
she
grandmother,
that
I had a near-death experience in 2015 and I got a feather tattoo. That was my first tattoo. I got it on my stomach. And that's because with my near-death experience, I had
wait, wait. I missed something. Back up. The tattoo. Tell me about the tattoo again.
so um so
Crossbows
before I got
and
the
bows
tattoo,
of different
I had a
kind before
near-death
the firearm
experience.
to get your
I
prey at a
crashed an AT.
distance. So when the settlers introduced the firearms into the environment, they begin to use the firearm in order to shoot their prey at a distance. All of the military methods was adaptations of your natural hunting methods.
Oh, wow. Makes sense. Yeah.
And this is why a lot of the old writing says if they always say it was as if nature herself had descended from the darkness and taken the severed heads of all of my men. Yeah, it was nature. We nature defending herself.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on, we can kind of touch on this because something's happening with the 50,000 million executive orders that the Orange Man is making. But one of them was interesting because he's questioning natural born. I have a theory and I want to kind of get your opinion. The native, I don't want to call them native, I'm using the correct word. The native Indians on those reservations, which I liken to be $5 Indians or more of like implants, right? They're concerned that they are being removed from those reservations. I have a theory that the Trail of Tears were all the indigenous that weren't going to sell out, and they left those territories. And the ones that were contracted to stay on those lands were placeholders for later for the government that will eventually take it because there's no indigenous on those lands. There's only natives, which aren't people that are from those arenas. They were people planted on those arenas. What say you, Rod, about that?
Okay, so first I went over this last night on the live I did on my Facebook. But the settlers came was originally heavily melanated Europeans. Those people that we call Native Americans with the Genghis Khan blood, the Siberians.
The Mongolians, yeah, the Mongolians, yeah.
Go back to who Rome was fighting.
Hold on, my dog said, hey, chill. My wolves, hold on, my wolf privates, they're out of control. Chill out. But it's okay. They're probably seeing the Insecticons outside. Hold on. Come on. Good girl. Over there. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, so they brought their servants with them. The history books say they brought servants with them. They also numbered the servants they was bringing with them. The Trail of Tears was after King George put a military buffer zone between West Florida and East Florida.
Okay. Okay.
Right. In West Florida, what we call it today, Louisiana, they fighting the French.
That's right.
In East Florida, they fighting the Spanish.
That's right.
The English, King George, inserts his military between them because we was going south and east to support the Gullah Wars. Then we stumbled across the Huguenot Wars, the French. So we begin to concentrate our forces in the south. This is why most of us can trace directly south. And then some of the ones of us that can trace south can trace back bloodline a very long time on the land. Pre-Columbian, if you want to know.
Absolutely.
Like Chief Warhorse, for example.
Yeah.
She got a family history dating back like 13,000 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Right. So that means that she was here long before Columbus came.
My tribe
Her
is
bloodline was here.
Yeah, we were there in Caribs where we were there way
Now,
before.
if we remembered our culture, we would have knew that all of the South was